I guess we're back with Bump, so I'm just going to do another video because he was just getting so crowded out yesterday. But, you know, what you want to think of is, even with the trained retrieve, I mean, everything you do, I mean, I think if you were going to do these long downstays and things like this, you maybe want to do that once a week. I need to talk to Courtney about, because I know they do the staying in the place thing, because I've seen the pictures. I know they do it, so I got to ask her how they do that. Remind me to ask her how they do that. So all I'm thinking, and with this dog, this is the one, heel, and you can see that's his cue. Yay. I've got him going that way pretty good, without even sidestepping. Let me see if I can get him to do it. You know, I'm just saying to him, I can, you know, you're very fluid. You know, if it was a car, I could parallel park it fairly easily. You know what I mean? You know. Let me see if I can get him going sideways. So I just got to... You know, so the pager is just adding the movement. This way. You know, but I'm doing everything in my power to help him understand the way I'm moving. Because if it was dancing, one person doesn't just stand there while the other person dances around, do they? Do you guys go to a lot of clubs? Did you ever see that? I suppose there probably is that. All right, watch. So. He's trying to make it bigger. He's trying to make it bigger. He's making it too big. All right, now it's my job. Hang on. So he made it a little bit smaller. You know, and I think what you have to say to yourself, you know, is if they don't understand micro movements, I try to reward any fancy feet. Here. You know, I'm keeping a fluidity to it. It's not, you know, he's not bored to tears. You know, I've always got the, you know, the illusion of movement. And, you know, actually going this way, he's actually getting better going this way. You know, but I do, you know, you've got to be able to have maneuvers where your feet are flat. You ever seen a dog do that? He's like, who cares? I'm half asleep. Yeah, but he can go, I can move him any direction. I can move him forward. I can move him backwards. I can turn him this way. I can turn him this way. Heel. I can move him this way. And I think you do need to use lines. I mean, I'm not really doing it, but you should do it at home. So if I just said, so if you just said, Henry, well, stay, keep your feet on that line, you know, on the concrete right there. And believe me, he's 53 pounds. And he's getting me. Yay, yay. So he had a couple little false starts, and then when he did a ride, then I added the yay. Yay. And if you said, why did you say yay beforehand? I'm sliding the timeline around. I'm making it like, good job, before I ever even did it. Yay. He thinks he understands air. Dog and training. You know, but I do. And, you know, I was thinking with the trained retrieve, you know, I know you do want to get him, and this was the vest I was going to put on the, you know, the puppy earlier, but, you know, where they'll pick up. Fit. Oh, that wasn't very good. You know, and I do think, you know, certain dogs are going to have predilections, and you have to watch that. His thing is, he tries to bring a giant dog bed out the door every time he goes out. All right, this thing will be much easier for him to pick up. Let's see what happens. you said, well, what does that tell you? You know, maybe that I've used more plastic than material, and that maybe I should use more material with the dog. Well, that's what they would tell you. Because, they are aware of that. And, this to him doesn't really look like. But yeah, it's such a cute little vest, but I have to put an extender on there. No dog's stomach is that small that fits this vest. All right, look, I could make it easier by doing this. Yeah, you see. And you do have to be careful. I mean, you don't want them thinking it's something we're supposed to. It needs to fall into the same category as the thing. It's not something that we're going to give a good shake or anything to. Oh, you precious angel. So you see that. I mean, honestly, I just changed the shape. But, I think maybe you do need to do that to find out, where their head is at. You guys will be right back.